Now, once you have done with this, you will see the applied step is being coming here with these 3 applied steps. Now, each step that you click on, you will see the formula bar. Each step that you click on, you have chosen the date type as date. Promoted headers will have the another. If you click on promoted headers, it will show you the results with whatever the like behind the scene M code is being written. And this is the source. When you click on source, you will see this. So whenever you click on source, you will see both the like date, promoted headers, and change data type would not be shown. When you click on this, only the promoted headers will be shown, not ABC shown. When you click on this, every previous and new step is being shown. Okay? Go ahead, Nilesh. Ask me anything.
Yeah, when I uploaded that data now, access it, I found that those means apply steps are already there. So I tried to delete second step, promoted headed. The moment I deleted it, automatically the entire column deleted.
Just because it is dependent on this one. If I just promoted the headers, if I remove it, you have deleted this one, no?
Yes, yes.
So this means, are you sure you want to delete this step? Deleting this step may affect its subsequent steps. Okay. If its subsequent step is affecting, why? See this. If we are promoting deleted the headers, this is the error
Mhm.
coming up. Change data type would not be able to do it. The reason is now it is having a column. See this. Now it is having a column which is having a date as a string, and others data are nothing but a date data type. These are date values and this is a string value. So how can it be possible to convert it into date? It won't be
Got it, got it. Got it, got
it
it,
is
got it.
throwing an error here.
Okay, thank you.
So first you promote the headers and then change it to its desired data type, and that is where the data type is being clean. And whatever the steps you perform, it's being available in the applied data step. Till now it's clear, just let me know. And just rename this data type to more simplistic one. Let it be calendar lookup only. So this thing you need to do, change the calendar lookup instead of adventure work calendar lookup so that it's more readable on the query tab. So I'm giving you 1 minute of time. Any questions that comes into your mind, ask me. If you're not done with it, get it done right now. Then we'll move ahead.
Yeah, I have one question. So,
Yes.
I can see in your screen the format of the date is DDMMY,
Ah.
right? But in my screen, I can say it's MMDDY. So, if I want to change the format per your screen, how can I do that?
This is more like a regional setting. See,
Okay.
every country has different format of writing a date. Like UK and India has format like date, month, and
Hmm.
year. But in
Hmm.
other countries like US is having month, date, and then year.
Hmm.
So formatting can be changed as your regional setting. It's a global setting that you need to define it in your Power BI. For timing, let's ignore it. If you wanted to do it, you can do it with this. There is an option called as use locale. Click on this data type, use locale. And in this use locale, it's little advanced, but if you wanted to teach, like change the data type to the date and check the locale to India or to any country. Based on the country, you can define the results. And this is some like a sample size going on. In India or in UK, our format of date is day, then month in between, and then year. If you go with English US, English
Hmm.
US,
Okay.
this United States, the date difference is difference. Month in
Yeah.
between, then we have a day and then year. So it's up to you which regional language is being set by default by the system. So that's where
Yeah.
we'll
I
find
think
it.
it was US earlier, so let me just change it to
This is
India.
more likely the system setting. Mine being
Hmm.
my just when you see the timing in your cell in the bottom right corner of your desktop, you will see my previous by setting has been changed to UK or India. That's why it is showing
Uh-huh.
the result this way. Maybe you have a US one.
Just one further question to it. In case
Mhm.
I want to split, in case I want to pull month out of this column, then it
We
will
can click.
it will give me the same result, right? It will not pop up me error just because of my
No, no, no,
format.
no, no,
Okay,
no. It will
great.
give you the month only.
Correct. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Jayesh is asking after promoting the headers, it automatically change the data type of it. Yes, it automatically do. Like the first 3 steps is being automatically done by the system. But I won't recommend just because at the initial stage you know how the system is doing it. That's why the manual intervention needs to be there. My suggestion is if we even if it is doing it, remove it and get it done by you. The reason is the more you go with a manual intervention, the more you have a trust to the system. Once you know the concepts well, then you just rely on the system to do it. But at initial stage, you need to know now why this applied step has been done. So that's where this concept needs to be come up. Shall we move? Quick, guys. Please confirm by one. If you have any errors or you want 1 minute of time, just let me know. If you're done with everything, you can write done. Now comes the column profiling. You have seen, like in my system, it's been predefined, it's been working so long, so I've been open with this column profiling. But in your system, if you have started with Power BI at the first stage, you never see this column profiling. And this is the difference that you are asking about. Like, I've been seeing this valid error 100% and some distribution of the results. What does this column profiling is all about? When you're working on a large data set, you need to see some glimpse out of it. You cannot go to each record by scrolling down and see what errors being coming up, where is the null values, where is some empty values, is my data is 100% valid or not, what is the distribution of distinct and unique values being present, so on. So this column profile will give you some analysis on a quick basis. What do you mean by that? This valid 100% is showing that my data set in this column is 100% valid. Zero error means there is no error there. I do not need to manually check it. My system is just giving me the idea of it. This empty, it's more like a, when you start running a Ola bike, nowadays Ola bike or any bike that you think of, it's giving you the errors like engine faulty error, battery drainage error, this type of errors showing in your like odometer or speedometer, something like that. Same here, rather than going to individual record manually, can I get a glimpse whether my data is clean or not? And this being shown well when you're promoting the headers and when you're changing the data type, after applying these two steps, source is the by default steps, promoting the headers and changing the data type, then it will let you know is there any error coming up or not. If you see, if I remove the promoted headers, if I remove the promoted headers and I change the data type, this is what I'm doing it, do not do it. You will see it won't be able to give me the results well. The reason is it is having some error just because date is converted to date, but this is an error. If I click on error, you will see the data type that is being changed is not exactly the date. So it throws an error the way it wanted to. So my recommendation is this valid 100% and all these things may naturally come up when this is right now it's showing it when you do it differently, it will give you the results wrongly. So when you naturally come up, when you promote the headers and change the data type well, this is make a more significant now. This is now making more significant values here. And how many distinct and unique values are here? This is all about. Now the question comes is how to see column profiling in my laptop. I'm not getting fit. Oh, Nilesh, like wait for it. No. So this how to, now the next question comes is how we can import this column profiling. How we can bring this column profiling to each column. Right now you will see only one column. When you are importing a larger data set, you will see need to have this one. How does it come? Let's go ahead. In the view option, you will have these three options coming up. In the view options, go and click on it. But before clicking on it, just try to watch and observe what each one of it is doing. These three are lying inside a concept called as column profiling. These three are lying inside the concept called as column profiling. But what does this each feature is all about? So they all are column profiling, not the above two show. And what are the ticked one? Okay. What are the ticked one? They are the column profiling, not the monospaced or one is not being there. Okay. What does this individual column profiling is all about? First, we have column quality, column distribution, and column profiling. Let's bring each one of it time to time. First, we talk about only column quality. So this column quality is giving this much of interface. This much of interface, like 100% valid data, there is no error, there is no empty values. Easy one. Column distribution is showing you the distributions of results in distinct and unique records. It's a very important concept of what do you mean by distinct and what do you mean by unique. Maybe you have gone through with this distinct keyword in your SQL. Have you used the command distinct in SQL? And you know the unique being coming out as a primary key. But what is the difference between distinct and unique? I'll teach you later on, don't worry. But can you come up with this? Have you gone through with a word distinct in SQL? 1 means yes, 0 means no. How is it possible? Like basic distinct keyword. Some people says one, some people says no. Are you guys coming from two different batches? Just give me an idea. How half people say 0, half people say 1. Or the people say 1 have been taking the sessions by their own, or maybe they have the knowledge beforehand. Anyone would like to unmute and say? Okay, leave about this thing. Do you know distinct meaning? Exactly what does the distinct means? Okay,
Not
Rahul, what
repeated
did it
value.
Yes, Satya?
Not repeated value.
No. Okay, we'll discuss distinct ones. Remember me, like before closing the lecture, I'll teach you the distinct and difference between distinct and unique. Okay. So this is a distribution of the results that is being coming up from a column distribution. And the very important one is column profiling. What does this column profiling is all about? When you have a column, how this column profiling is being activated, just see. When you click on any column, it will give you the value distributions and a column statistics. Value distribution is how much value is being distributed throughout your data, and it's being unique. So that's why 1111, everyone is 1 as a number. Then column statistics is giving you the count. 912 records are there. That means almost 2.5 years of span data it is. Distinct is 912, unique is 912. Minimum date is 1st of January 2020. Maximum date is 30th of June 2022. And the average is being calculated, although the date do not have an average. But this column profile, see this, column quality give you this much, valid, error, or empty percent. Column distribution is giving you the difference between distinct and how many unique values are there. And column profiling is giving you the statistical analysis of the results, finding mean, median, mode, something like that, average, minimum value, maximum value, finding a standard deviations, or something like statistical analysis it will give you when you click on any column. Right now we only have one column. When you have multiple column, you will see these results much more in depth. Get your point? Yes, no? How this been coming up 3-1? Just try to play around with it. Done? Remember me, like remind me up when we are like ending up the lecture. I'll teach you the difference between distinct and unique. But before that, let's move ahead. Shall we move ahead? Now let's try to learn. Now let's learn how we can import data directly to Power Query Editor. Previously, we have seen that we are bringing the data from a get data from a home tab of a front end. Yes. Previously, if you've seen that how this data is being extracted or bring to the system, we are bringing it to the front end, get data, text CSV, and all these things. Remember it? Previously, we are bringing the data to the back end using front end. Yes, no. And then we are clicking on the transform data to bring it to the Power Query Editor. Yes, no, guys? Can we bring directly to the back end? Yes, we can. So there is an option called as new source in the home tab itself. And in the new source, you can bring the data directly to the backend. So this is my Power Query Editor, if you remember it. Or let me just take a screenshot well, so that you can see that this is nothing but my Power Query Editor by this image. Okay. How to bring it? You have the option in the Power Query Editor itself as well, which is having nothing but a new source. Just choose the source, which is text CSV, and bring it. Now you would never see the option called as load or like say, not audible. Nilesh, just check your internet or something. Am I audible, guys? Okay. So click on this new source, click on this text CSV, and now this time we are bringing the data. Let's suppose what we need to bring. Let's bring customer lookup table. I wanted to bring customer table. This is some preview. In the preview, you would not see the load and transform button. In the preview, you cannot see the load and like transform button just because you're already in the Power Query Editor. You're in the transform stage. So you will say okay, whether you wanted to accept to bring it to the Power Query Editor or cancel it. I'll say okay. So this is where you're bringing the new table to the backend itself. And you will see in the query pane, the new table come up. In the new table, I'm giving a customer lookup name. So this is the step that I've performed. Just get it done, then I'll move ahead. Import the data directly using new source in the Power BI backend, which is the Power Query Editor. Give it a name. You will see query pane has one and change the name to customer lookup only. This is the step I have performed right now. Just do it and let me know once it is done. You need to cop up with me, guys. Otherwise, you won't be getting the results well. If any error comes up, you can share your screenshot. I'll guide you this. How you did this? At that moment, your voice was not audible. Nilesh, just we are in the backend. We are in the Power Query Editor itself. You have the new source option. Click on the text CSV. Bring the file which is having a AdventureWorks customer lookup, and then rename the customer lookup as it. And you will see in the query pane the two tables have been shown. You can switch between the tables at any point of time. Bring it up. Once it is done, guys, mark it done. Only 3 people are marking it done. Make sure everybody is doing it. Good, good. Okay. So first stage is now this time if you observe, there is no applied step being coming up as promoted headers or changing the data type. Okay, there are n number of things that we're gonna do it. For our initial stage, to understand the Power Query Editor, let's do only two things. I hope you have changed the name. Let's promote the header first, just because the first column, first row of that record is showing customer key, prefix, first name, last name, birth rate, marital status, and all these things. So let's bring it to the use first row as header, would be the promoted headers, and then change the data type accordingly. The customer key is nothing but a whole number. First you observe, then I'll give you the time. Okay, just observe. The customer key is nothing but a whole number. So this time I'm clicking on it, choosing a whole number. Prefix is ABC, no need to change it. In the prefix, we will find some empty data. We have this suggestion going on, we'll remove it, don't worry. The first name is ABC, no issues. Last name is ABC, no issues. Birth date would be a date, converted into date. After that, uh, we have marital status. It's ABC only. Gender ABC, email address ABC. Annual income needs to be a fixed decimal number. Observe it, guys. Observe it. Annual number needs to be a fixed decimal number. Total children of that particular person is nothing but a whole number. Okay. What next? Education level ABC, occupation ABC, homeowner ABC. Okay. So you need to change total children, annual income, and what? And customer key or birth date. 3-4 columns you need to change the data type. Once it is done it, and then we'll do some analysis.
After annual income, what did you change?
After annual income, total children, two whole number. The rest are all ABC. So I'm marking it here in the customer lookup. These two columns needs to be dollar and AB 1, 2, 3. You can refer it from here. And customer key needs to be 123. And birth date needs to be changed. Only 4 columns data type has been changed. How to get dollar for annual income column? It's a dollar only. Like, in order to change the currency, we will be learning it in a table view. In order to change into the currency, exact currency, needs to be aligned in table view or data view. Okay, Nilesh. Confirm it, guys, if it is clear. Five more minutes. Make sure everybody is doing it. Quick, quick, quick. Satya market done. Import the table. Only 4 column needs to be changed. Okay. We have less time, so let's just observe it. Meanwhile, people will do it. I'll upload the notes, guys. Make sure you are just watching the lecture notes so that you have a see. Make a pattern. Like after the lecture notes being done, I'll upload the notes within 5-10 minutes of time maximum of it. And after that, whenever you have a free time, just go through with the lecture notes. You will learn a lot of things. So when I click on customer key as a statistical analysis, you will see we will find count, empty, distinct values, nan. Nan means not a number. Then we have zero. How many zeros values are there? Zero. No zeros value. Minimum value, maximum value, average, standard deviation, even number, odd values, and all. So these are some column distributions, column statistics going on. You click on prefix, it will give you the results. You will find empty strings. There are 9 empty strings. As you're dealing with customer lookup, 9 empty strings would not be a good chance. So you will see when you hover to this distribution, see this, observe it. You need to do it, guys. First, observe it. When you see this column distribution, you will get an option to remove empty data. As the empty data is less than 1%, there is no harm to remove it. The reason is it won't impact the analysis much. If it is less than 1 or 2%, you can remove it. Unnecessarily doing this thing would not be a right charge. So if I just try to click on the empty one, let's bring the blank one. Let's see the blank data that is being coming. This much of blank data is here, which is do not have prefix, and they are pretty good, I guess. And there are some error as well here. In the customer key also there are some errors. we'll forget about the Mr. and Mrs. for a time being. These are the 3 columns that are having some errors. Can you see this? As I applied the filter on blank, I can see that. But I do not need to go to that page. I'll still see the customer is having some errors. So you will see when you hover to this, it will give you a suggestion to remove error. When you click on remove error, it will remove it for you. Now it's 100% clean. Can you see that? And here in the empty percent, it's suggesting you to remove the empty one. So we are removing it for a time being. So it's been gone. So what I have done, just try to see. I have removing the error from a customer key by the suggestion being given to me, and all the steps is being applied here. So let me just do it in front of you again. This is where you'll find some remove duplicates. No, we do not need to remove duplicates. We need to remove empty values. There are some values which is less than 1% which are empty. So we are removing it. Okay, make sure you are hovering to the above one and seeing this one. Okay. Okay, so you will find this one suggestion and remove the empty data. It won't inflate or give the result that much of wrong. And in the customer key as well, you'll find some errors as well. If it is not being showing an error, just I'll see the error is being there. So what you need to do, right click on this and choose this option which is remove error. Okay, that would not give you much more issues at the later stage. It's because this will gonna come up when we are doing the analysis. This will gonna come up. So in initial stage, if you can do it, you can do it. Right click on it and click on remove errors on the customer key. Okay. If you can do it right now, you can do it. So I'm removing the errors and you will see here the remove errors is being given here. And in the empty stage, you need to click on remove empty. So these are the 2 things being coming up. And that will be your final stage of filter. Just confirm if it is done. 2 things I'm asking for you to do to make it clean, more clean. One is removing errors in the customer key. 3 errors will be shown. If it is being seen, it's okay. If it is not being seen, I just need to do it for you. So Nivedita wants me to do it again. So in the prefix, you will see there are some blank values. When I go to the blank values, I click OK. I'll see the filter. There are more blank values as compared to being seen. But there are some empty values, or in the customer key, we will see some empty relations being going on. Can you see the errors, null values and all? There is one null value and there is one empty data in the customer key. So what exactly I need to do? When I hover to it, I'll have this option of removing errors. When I click on it, the error is being gone. Okay. And there is still one null values is also here. So what I need to do, there is one empty percent as well. So remove empty is also I need to click. Say this, remove empty I also need to click. That will remove this null value. To remove this null value. Okay. So let's do it. When I do it, it's being gone. Now in the prefix, if you wanted to remove the empty, you can remove the empty as well by suggestion. It will remove the unnecessary one. Why this table is empty? Just because the blank is being gone. As I've applied the filter only on the blanks. Now you can select this one. Some errors I've been doing. So here itself, remove errors, remove filters. I have seen these things. So I can go here and now I can just remove the errors by right clicking on it, which is something like this. Remove errors. And I can also remove empty as well, which we called it as somewhere here. Right click on this, it will say remove empty as well. So where you will find these options when you right click on this applied steps or column profile, column quality. So for a simplistic way, I'm just guiding you this way that in your lookup table, in your customer key, this is for a customer key. In your customer key, refer this column, which is refer this column customer key, and click on this remove empty and remove errors for your customer key in the customer lookup table. And in your prefix, you will get an option of remove empty